Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for November 9th. November 9th is the 313th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 314th in leap years, with 52 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is sus. You might see it spelled S-U-S or S-U-S-S. Sus is a slang word and is an adjective that means suspicious or suspect. You might hear it in a sentence like, I don't know, seems a bit sus to me. Sus is short for suspect or suspicious, which come from Latin words that meant to look up at, and early on came to mean to look at secretly or to look askance at, to mistrust or regard with suspicion. First known use of the shortened slang word sus is in the 1950s, sus. Now, if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, this is the birthday of Gail Borden, born November 9th, 1801 in Norwich, New York. A surveyor, publisher, and inventor, Gail Borden ended up in Texas, helped plan the cities of Houston and Galveston. In 1853, he developed a process for making sweetened condensed milk. This way, it didn't have to be refrigerated. It gave it a shelf life. People could buy it in a store. Sweetened condensed milk. Brilliant idea. That product still exists, by the way, and appears under several brands, but you can still find Borden's Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. Gail Borden lived to the age of 72. This is the birthday of actress Hedy Lamarr, born November 9th, 1914. She acted in some 30 films, and that's where most of us will have heard of her. She was married and divorced 6 times and has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Greater than all that, though, Ms. Lamarr was also a brilliant inventor. As a child, her father loved to explain to her how things worked, how devices functioned. During her acting career, she was often cast in roles as a stunning beauty, eye candy without much depth, which she found a bit boring, so she would tinker with ideas and inventions as a hobby. Some of her inventive ideas were improvements to the traffic stoplight and a tablet that would dissolve in water and create a flavored carbonated drink. She co-invented an early version of a frequency-hopping spread spectrum device as a guidance system for radio-controlled torpedoes during World War II, for which she was posthumously inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. A variety of spread spectrum techniques have been used in present-day Wi-Fi and are currently used in Bluetooth technology. From about the 1970s, she began withdrawing from the public eye and passed away in the year 2000 at the age of 85. Hedy Lamarr. The free and open source web browser Mozilla Firefox, often just called Firefox, 1.0 was released on November 9, 2004. These 19 years later, the current stable release version of Firefox is 1.19.0.1, which was released just the day before yesterday on November 7th, 2023. There are also beta versions in the works. Bachman-Turner Overdrive were a band out of Canada, big in the 70s. They took a few years off. They were active then a couple decades, from the 1980s to 2005. Took a few more years off and were active again most recently from 2009 to 2018. Also known as BTO or simply Bachman-Turner, they've graced their fans with some 10 albums that I can think of off the top of my head. 5 of those made the top 40 in the U.S., and they've had several singles in the top 40 as well. Great band, great songs. One of those songs, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, hit the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 on November 9th, 1974. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet by Bachman-Turner Overdrive. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Okay. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Alrighty. You got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.